Hello. Joining us in studio today, we have the chair of the Conservative Aboriginal Caucus and MP for Winnipeg South, Mr. Rod Bruinooge. Also, we have the MP, Pat Martin. Now, a little while ago, some comments were made. Mr. Martin said that the Conservatives were using their crime bill as a national housing strategy, and following that, Mr. Bruinooge issued a news release demanding Martin apologize for insulting young Aboriginal people, saying that they're all basically going to end up in prison. So today the gentlemen have decided to join us, and we're going to debate these issues right here for you on APTN.
Now, I'd like to ask Rod a specific question. I understand his point of view, and I respect his point of view, but there's a national call for a deputy commissioner for Aboriginal in incarceration or Aboriginal corrections. Would he support this national call from the Ombudsman and from Aboriginal groups that there should be a deputy commissioner specifically to deal with the unique needs that aren't being met, we argue, of Aboriginal prisoners?
Well, again, Mr. Martin is wanting to suggest that myself as an Aboriginal person, I need to have unique circumstances, that I need to have perhaps different laws that
deny
that apply
the
to
social conditions of Aboriginal people is different from the mainstream population?
You're suggesting that I need to have some type of law that's meant only for me as an Aboriginal person as compared with yourself, and I personally don't agree with that philosophy. I think that as an Aboriginal person in Canada,
would be fair if one person was dragging a 100-pound weight of social tragedy and the other person was healthy and fit and well-educated? Is that a fair race? And this is where this libertarian view of you people is
Aboriginal people are
conservatives
taking part in this country as never before.
Yes,
and I think
are.
the philosophy that you're espousing of wanting to take a new system, to have a different set of laws for me as an Aboriginal person, I see is not the right approach. As chair of the government's Aboriginal Caucus, I have the pleasure of being associated with wonderful First Nations and Aboriginal police officers who become MPs. My good colleague Rob Clark, who's an RCMP officer, talks about the times that he's served in First Nations communities where people who've been repeatedly victimized by violence are calling for laws that protect them, that keep them safe from individuals who are very violent. And unfortunately, our system, previous to our government becoming in office, has unfortunately coddled very violent people and sent them back on the streets. This has to change, and thankfully it's changing under our government.
Okay, very good.